Hello, welcome back to my channel, Roslyn Across Borders. This is Roslyn, and today I'll be answering one question one of us asked here about possible ways of bringing your spouse to Italy, and maybe as a student, especially for PhD student, because we've established that master's student cannot bring your spouse to Italy except you come together. So make sure you watch through to the end, and if you have any other question, please make sure you drop it in the comment section. So today I'll be sharing with you the requirements, what you need, every document that you need to prepare to actually bring your spouse to Italy as a PhD student. So let's dive straight into it. All right, so there are two options in order to have either your husband or wife and children under 14 years old. Make sure they are children that are allowed to follow you are children under 14 years old to stay with you in Italy, provided, of course, you have at least 1 year of permit of stay, and it follows your PhD, since your PhD is either 3 years or 4 years, depending on the institute or school, university that you are going to. So there are two possible ways. You can either use family reunion or family cohesion, and in both cases I will still explain them, but in both cases you have to prove that your family income, the scholarship or grant or work income, is at least 6,000 euros. I think they've reviewed it for 2025 this year that I'm making this video, but you can always get, maybe it's around 7,000 because of inflation. Everything is increasing everywhere. So, and then half of this amount for each family member. So for you, for the person that is doing the PhD, is that the husband or the wife, you have maybe 6,000. Let's cap it as 6,080, which is the same requirement for getting visa, right? But of course it might increase, and this thing also change per region that you have, so you can verify in that region that you have. So let's, for example, it is 6,080 something, then half of this amount, that's like 3,040, is you had it for each family member you are going to invite. Say for myself now, I'm the one to invite, be my husband. So for myself now, we have 6,080, right? Then for my husband, we have to add 3,040. So 6,080 plus 3,040, that's what I would declare in my income, proof of my family income, for both of us. Peradventure, I'm also inviting one child, that of course, half of that amount, which will now be, of course, 6,080 plus 6,080. That's like 12,160, right? So that is how it will increase. So for each of the family member, you had half of that amount they call for you. And the second important requirement will now be private housing. So this one is not, accommodation, is not that tiny room student accommodation. No, they expect a private housing, which the housing contract must be registered at Agencia delle Entrate. So it has to be registered, and the housing must have been declared suitable according to the local rules. I will still talk about that. They call it allogia or something. I will get the correct pronunciation and attach it, but I will still talk about how it is. So for one person, for two persons, the minimum is 45 square meter and 1 bedroom, and then for 3 person, minimum is 55 square meter and 2 bedroom. 4 person, minimum of 60 square meter and 2 bedroom. I will also attach I will attach a document where you can also verify this information, and of course in your commune. I know that there will be up-to-date information, so please also use it, but this is just like a guide to give you an overview. And I've also done some this particular one, that is the housing requirement. So to declare to declare that this housing is actually suitable, you have to invite a technician. So it is that technician that will come and measure the room. They have instruments that they will use to measure the room, and then you fill a form. They'll fill that form and say, okay, this house is suitable. So they will check for they'll check for the air, the toilet, every room, so that they measure and see that, okay, it's actually suitable for 2 people to live here, for 3 people to live here, or for the amount of people you are trying to bring. Do you get? So it is also done with the communal. It's not that you just go and pay anyone. No. So you apply online with the necessary person, and like the communal, that department, there is a department for that. They send you a link. For my communal in Abruzzo here, we send it, everything is done online, and they come on that day that they said they will come. You will see, maybe they will have called earlier, and then you tell them, okay, you'll be available. So they come, they do it, they go back, they send you that document online as well. So that is about this is one of the most important one. So case 1, I said there are 2 cases, right? Let me now explain case 1. Case 1 is letting everyone come together with you on a tourist visa, but the caveat here is that if the embassy allows. So I don't know, for Nigeria it's been very difficult these days to get tourist visa, especially when they know that the intention is to come and stay. So they might not, I don't know, but if they are able to get tourist visa, that is also one of the option. And it is when they now come here, when from tourist visa, they can now change to apply for family cohesion. So you will now sponsor them and apply. But of course, you have to make sure that this important the important requirement that we've talked about, especially the housing, which is always one of the challenging, don't let me say difficult parts, to get a very good suitable accommodation. So but if that is sorted, so they can now apply for family cohesion, which means that they are already here, and then you are putting them under your own permit of stay, permesso di soggiorno. So that is first case. The second case is you coming first, and this is common. You coming first, then asking for nulla osta. So this is like authorization, and at least 3 months is needed. So it's not straightforward. It's not immediately. You understand? All these things, when you first come as a PhD student, you have to settle down. Your academics is one of the things that brought you. You have to settle that one as well, and then now start your own permit of stay. Then now start preparing for this one as well. You understand? So it takes a lot of effort, and of course to get this nulla osta itself, you have 3 months. So it's not immediate, which means that your family might have to stay a long while, at minimum of 6 months, at least 6 months, before all the document that you will need to send to them, because you have to send it to Nigeria. For example, if the person is in Nigeria or in Ghana or anywhere, you have to send this nulla osta to them. They might also send it to the embassy, and then when they now get it at the embassy, they can now go and apply. I hope you get that part. So it is when this nulla osta is like an authorization to invite them, to come and join you. So that is the family reunion, ricongiungimento familiare, family reunion in short. So that is the second part. So the first one is when you all of you come together, you on your study visa, then tourist visa. That one will be family cohesion. But when the person is inviting from Italy, is now sending document nulla osta to Italy, that one is family reunion. You get it. So the requirement for family reunion, I've talked about it also. The housing contract, you have to get it. The apartment, it has to be suitable. It's not student accommodation. So, and then that document that says that this house is registered. So the registration The house is also registered at the Agencia de Letrante, and then the house itself is now certified that yeah, it is a suitable one. That's what you now use and send. Some communities also require that you apply for residenza. Residenza is that you actually say that okay, you are now resident in that place you are studying. So it is also possible, and then you have to get that as well. And also adequate financial means. As I said, I will attach a document, PDF document in the description. You can also go through it, check it, but of course always look for updates at when you are checking it. It might be a long time from when I made this video, so please always check for updates of these things, because things change quickly in this place. And also one thing you should know is that things might slightly differ per region, and also per officer actually responding to you. That's how things work in Italy. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right, so the certificate of housing, residence, I've talked about it. Financial income, I've talked about it. So you have to make sure that okay, for each person that is coming, half of what you are presenting for yourself is added, and also marriage certificate. So it has to be officially translated into Italian. So that is what if everybody is coming together through family cohesion that I've talked about, you have to make sure that your marriage certificate has been translated in Nigeria and then legalized at the embassy of Italy in Lagos or Abuja. So, but I think like all legalization is done in Lagos, right? So make sure it is legalized by the Italian consulate in your country. And then if you for children, if you have children as well, their birth certificate must be required by the Italian consulate or embassy to issue the entry clearance. So you have to also have translated the way you did your own. I'm sure you did that one if you're applying for study visa as well. So translate and then legalize as well. So both for birth certificate and then marriage certificate, because when you get here you have to register it at the commune that you have, especially the marriage certificate. I don't think they will need anything about the birth certificate, but the marriage certificate you have to authorize or just present it that you are married, so that they can register your marriage also in Italy. You understand? And most of the time they collect the original of the court's own. Though I don't know whether they also collect the church, but it is original, not photocopy. So if you, though this might also change per region, but for my region they collected the original from us. So I have to make sure I put this one out, and basically that is the requirement. And of course when you get here you will also require insurance. So the way it works, in short, let me just do a summary, is that if the person, most of the time, if the person doing PhD is here already and then want to invite, so they have to do all these things I've talked about, and then send the nulla osta and also every of these documents, send it together to the person in Nigeria. The person will collect it and then go apply at the embassy of Italy in Nigeria. And then when they get their visa, they come here. Once they get here, before 8 days, they have to go to the questura, which is like the police station where you apply for permit of stay. When they get to the, you have to, of course, carry all your documents, what you used to apply for visa, all these housing requirements, registered house contract, suitability of the house contract, and then you put all your also family income documents, right, and all the other documents, insurance for your spouse and for the person you are inviting, all these other things, normal one that you you have to present. So all these documents you put and then apply for the permit of stay, and then you'll be given. All right, so I hope I've been able to answer. But another thing that people do, because I told you that if you are coming with the family reunion, it's not immediate. You might have to stay away from your partner for like 6 months or more. Depends on how fast they are able to balance everything, because it's not straightforward as well. You understand? So that is one part. But another thing that people are now doing these days is for them, if the person is also interested in studying, then if the person is coming for PhD, the other person might be coming for masters. You understand? So this will make all of them come together, but they will be on student visa, and afterwards, when one person is done, the other person can join in the family cohesion, because the both of them are now here, right? Or if the person also has a job, can change into permit of stay for work. So it depends on how you are able to do it and the circumstances that are surrounding it. I hope I'm able to answer your question. If you have any other question, please let me know in the comment section, and we'll be happy to answer everything. And if you actually watch through to the end, kudos to you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also share with people that might need this information. Till we meet again next time. Ciao.